Hello, my name is Eric Turner at teshuvaministries.net. It's where you can find my articles and blog. I've been asked to share some testimony and maybe some advice about those of us who are in the Hebrew roots and Torah lifestyle that maybe they've got family members, extended or in home, or even within the body of Messiah, that don't necessarily agree with your walk and with your lifestyle. It's gonna happen. You're not gonna go out there and tell somebody the truth without persecution, or we're not persecuted yet. First of all, a false accusation or maybe slanderous comment, you're gonna get fingers pointed at yourself a lot, because when you telling people truth, it's gonna cause conviction. The first reaction most of them are gonna have is they're gonna accuse you. So what I'll tell you is this: first of all, be wearing your armor. If you're not wearing your armor, if you're not walking in the Word, it doesn't matter how well you teach the Word. Somebody's going to cut you, and it's going to cut deep. And and Yahweh has a way of doing that. He'll use a very foolish person to make you look stupid. So make sure that you're doing things from the right mind frame. You don't want to do it as a I'm right versus you're wrong, or I'm going to prove you wrong, arrogant attitude. You want to do it from a loving attitude, just like when a father, wisest thing my dad ever told me was, don't spank your kid when you're angry. Think about that for a minute. If you do, you're going to hurt him, and he's not going to feel loved. He's going to feel threatened. So, with the spiritual babes, don't spank them if you're angry. If if somebody says something nasty about you and you don't like it, and you feel you have the need to retaliate, I'm going to tell you right now, you stop what you're doing. Don't go out there yielding the sword and bitterness and anger, because if you do that, there's no edification that's going to come of it. All you're going to do is cut your brother down, and all you're going to do is cause him to want to talk even that much more about you. So, as someone who goes on all these, I'm out there fighting that fight. I do a lot of apologetics, a lot of spiritual warfare stuff, and I'll tell you, the one thing I hear is there's always some messianic that's brand new in the walk, calling somebody a name or something like that because they don't use the right pronunciation of the name, or maybe they believe in the lunar Sabbath, or I don't know. There's a ton of things out there that I hear, but the one thing is this: you have no right, you have no authority to call someone a name, or to try to belittle them because you know the Word of God better than they do. You have no right to do that. And if you do, and I'm guilty of it myself, I've done it before early in my walk, I caused a lot of pain in people's lives around me, and broke a lot of relationships that didn't need to be broken, because I went out there and I thought that I was going to be that guy, and that guy, I'm going to tell you, Yahweh brought down a notch or two more than once. So wear your armor, make sure you're walking in Torah. Abba gave us 2 eyes, 2 ears, and 1 mouth. He wants us to listen and look before we speak. Take in more than you put out, but also be a filter, not a sponge. So when you get that persecution or you get that false accusation, never, ever, 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 I can't stress that enough, while you're angry or while you feel hurt, never return fire, because if you do, it's just going to make things worse. You get your wits about you, do your praying, you do your fasting, and you ask the Father how He wants you to reply. And what you're going to find out is He does not want you to reply with a counterattack. What He probably wants you to do is put clothing on your enemy's back and give your enemy water, and give your enemy bread. And that's what He's going to want you to do. He's not going to ever want you to attack again in a defensive way. For those of you who are out there battling with me, man, guys, I appreciate it, but I'll tell you this, man, if you get battle fatigue, step away, because if you get battle fatigue, you're going to get that root of bitterness set in. It happened to me, and it can happen to anyone. I've always been known as the, really hard guy. I've always been known as the guy that could pretty much go out there and just do it all day, nonstop grinding, but I will tell you, you will get tired, and if you do get tired and you're trying to do it out of your own strength, Yah will show you real quick and in a hurry that you ain't nothing and you can't do it without Him. So if you guys have that battle fatigue, man, take a break, go to the cave like Elijah did, and ask, listen for the sound of the Spirit. That's what I'm going to tell you guys. It's going to be different than what you're going to hear from the other teachers. I'm not a teacher. I'm a warrior. My best advice: keep it simple at first with people. Like I said, win them from the milk, and don't force feed them meat. And make sure you got fruit in your life. If you're not walking in Torah correctly, and you go out there trying to tell somebody else to, they're going to point it out real quick, and you're going to find yourself in situations where you're being more on the defensive than you can to living in the Word. So that's my advice. That's what I'm going to give you. Thank you. Again, Eric Turner, teshuvaministries.net. Thanks, and y'all bless.